Hey guys, Tanya Taylor here of Grow Your Wealth. And today in this live video, I want to talk about creating goals for 2022 and beyond. For those of you who don't know me, I teach people how to manage your finances holistically. So if you are someone who is struggling with negative credit, you don't have a budget, you have a lot of debt, and you really want to shift that and start investing and find other sources of income and do some tax planning and wealth building, that's what I do. So you can reach out to me and I am happy to have a consult with you to talk about how we can work together to completely transform your finances. So in this video, as I do in all other videos, I try to provide implementable strategies that you can use to help to change your financial life. Probably about a week ago, I did a post on my page and I talked about, goals, vision board, manifesting, and just some what seemingly impossible goals that I've set for myself and I was able to achieve them. And so I'm someone who's been using vision boards and have been journaling since I actually came to this country at 16. Some of it was also just therapeutic. And some of it was because, I really wanted to dream big. And dreaming big felt impossible. But I had come to America where they say you can do anything. So that was probably also part of why I had these big dreams, because growing up in Jamaica, you heard a lot, you could go to America and you could do this. So I figured I'll do the impossible. Anyway, I digress. So going back to what are some of the things that you can do going into 2022 and beyond to really start changing your financial mindset is I'm going to share with you 3 things. And if you start putting these in practice, you really will start seeing a shift in your life financially. So the first thing that you want to do is to recognize that you have some kind of money block, some mindset issues around money. I'll tell you, most of us do. No matter who you talk to, you'll hear some of the things like, I don't want to be rich. I just want to live comfortable. I just want to pay off my bills, etc., etc. Why not just say, I want to have a lot of money so that I can have access to do X, Y, Z and not feel guilty about it? Some of that is because of our upbringing. We feel like it might be sinful to want to have a lot of money, or we may feel like if we have a lot of money, we may lose friends. But trust me, your friends are going to support you if you do have a lot of money, and your haters are still going to hate on you whether or not you have a lot of money. And a lot of times people like to stay in the same, they say misery love company. So yes, if you have haters, they're going to hate you anyway, because misery love company. But that should not dissuade you from really dreaming big. You just have to recognize that you have a mindset issue and a money block, and most of us do. But what happens is that the next step, number 2, is that you have to do something about it. Don't just recognize it and just be like, oh yeah, I'm okay. I'm fine living like this. Are you really fine living like this? Start asking yourself this question, like, why am I always struggling? Why don't I have enough money put away? And if you start asking those questions of yourself, then the next thing that you might start doing is to say, how can I change this, right? And so vision board is a great way to be able to start changing that. On your vision board, you are now dreaming big. You're setting what are seemingly impossible goals. But there is a saying that when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. Or there's another one that if you really want something, and I might be totally butchering this, the universe will conspire to give it to you. And it's so true. If you really, really want something, you're going to get it. It's the law of the universe is that you have to get it. So in creating this vision board, just think about the things that you truly want. and just dream big. Don't limit yourself. It's not as important how you're going to get it. It's just a desire. So one, if you don't know how to create a vision board, the way that you can do this is quite simply, you start with what your goals are or your desire, right? And let's say you have 3 to 5 goals that you want to achieve. Write down those 3 goals. Then why do you want to achieve them? Because that's going to anchor you and keep you committed to trying to achieve those goals. So write down why you want to achieve those goals. And for me, what I also like to do is write, what would happen if I achieve that goal, right? And what's the worst thing? What would happen if I don't achieve that goal? So even at 17, when I was like, I want to buy a house at 25 and I want to graduate college debt free. I mean, I was making $75 a week. Even at 22, I still was only making $200 a week. I was a babysitter living in someone's basement on the Upper West Side. So it felt like my goal was impossible even at 22, but I still had that goal. And for me, I knew that what would happen if I didn't achieve the goal is that I would be living paycheck to paycheck. I would probably have to be continuing to live under someone's roof. And I would never be able to live a life that I wanted to live, and I didn't even know what life I wanted to live. I just knew that I didn't want my situation to be what it presently was. And so I worked towards it. So your question to yourself would be, okay, this is my desire and this is why I want it. What would happen if I get it? One, I could live the life I want to live. I could give to the charities I want to give to. I could travel if I want to travel. If that doesn't happen, I'm going to struggle daily with my bills. I'm never going to be able to even take a vacation. I'm going to retire and I don't even know how I'm going to retire, right? So if you start mapping those things out and really set the goal, the third thing is then you are going to be committed to it. Like, don't just write it there and put it in a corner and forget about it. What can you do to now start working towards those goals? And that's the biggest thing. And sometimes it happens in weird ways, right? Because you could have a plan. That's why I said you don't always know the how, because you could be thinking, okay, yes, I'm going to do X, Y, Z, and this is how it's going to work. And life throws you a curveball and suddenly that's not how it's working anymore. But if you stay committed to it, that detour may be even taking you to your goal faster. So you don't want to throw everything out the door, even if you hit a roadblock. You still want to focus on the goal. Like literally, I do affirmations. I look at my goals like almost every day. Like my vision board sits on the wall in my little study. And so I can visualize, like I literally visualize, this is what my life is going to look like at the end when I achieve this goal. And no matter what obstacles I hit, I still keep focused on it. And I still keep figuring out, working out other plans around how I can achieve that goal. And those are some of the things. You got to be committed no matter what. You just got to stay committed to the goal. And over time, in 1 year or 5 year or 10 years, you're going to look back and you're actually going to remember this video and you were like, I thought Tanya was a little bit crazy when she told me about setting goals and manifesting things, but hey, look at me now. Like seriously, that can totally happen to you. When I set my goals that were seemingly impossible, I really believed them. I had no idea how I was going to achieve them, not even the slightest clue, but I totally believed them. And so every time I did something, it came back to my desire, right? And my desire was driven by my why. Why do I want this goal? And because I knew my why and what would happen if I didn't achieve it, I will always find a way to do it. So those are my 3 nuggets for you. Identify what your money block is. Create a vision board. And for those of you who, if you want to do it electronically, I actually think I have something in Canva that I created at some point that I can share with you. Hopefully I still have it. I would definitely share it with you so that you can use it as a starting point. And the third thing is that you just want to start working towards it. Do your journaling, do your affirmation, and really spend time revisiting your goal, visualizing what your life would be like if you achieve that goal. And I promise you, the universe is going to conspire and it's going to make it happen. So that is my talk for you today. I am going to check to see if I have that Canva vision board, and I will share it with you. Just leave me a DM if you want to get a copy of it. And as we're approaching the holiday season, I'll think through other topics that I think might be beneficial to you as you enter 2022, so that you can start with a really different mindset of how you can transform your finances and just holistically just change your life going forward. So I'll see you guys next week. I'm really going to try to get back on my Monday schedule because I've been kind of slacking off on doing my live on Mondays, but I'm going to try to get back to that as well.